is Desy Rahmadhani. I am mahasiswa prestasi, Faculty of Literature, Islamic University of North Sumatra for Pemilihan Mahasiswa Berprestasi. I present my research entitled The Tradition of FAHOMBO Struggle Against the Shift of Value. Nowadays, the tradition in our culture has started to shift in value, so not many people know the true value of a culture. For instance, the FAHOMBO tradition or Hombo Stone of Nias.
Saat ini kami juga sedang berjuang untuk melawan pergeseran nilai budaya leluhur. Penerus budaya Bawa Mataluo semakin susah dicari. Dari ratusan pemuda yang ada, hanya tersisa 4 orang saja yang mampu melompat batu di Bawa Mataluo. Dulu, lompat batu digunakan sebagai ajang mempersiapkan pemuda desa untuk menjadi prajurit tangguh di medan pertempuran.
This tradition has begun to lose its cultural value, so the people only assume that this tradition is merely an interesting attraction without meaningful value. At first, Hombo Stone was an uplifted stone whose original function was to become a tool for a great warrior's audition to participate in wars that happened in ancient times. Formerly, in the southern Nias, there were many wars to seize a regional area and rule the area. Hombo Stone itself is the requirement that must be followed by a young man if he wants to be the part of the war. Since it is too difficult to jump over the stone, only a few men who were able to do it. However, over time, this tradition began to disappear since there is no war but peace. It happens because the inclusion of the religion into the life of the Nias people. On the other hand, this tradition is the part of history that must be preserved so that its existence can still be felt until now. There are 2 main issues that I will discuss in this research. They are, first, the shift of cultural value. The second is the regeneration of the stone jumper.
To solve these problems, I used 2 approaches. They are, first, inculcate the idea of the importance of a culture from the early age. The second, hold activities which related to the culture.
Cultural value is a great value and embedded in society organization scope, which measure on habit, belief, symbol, with certain characteristics that can be distinguished one and the other as the reference, behavior, and what responsible happened. The shift in cultural values is a change of values within a culture that is visible from the behavior of cultural members held by a particular culture. There are 2 factors that influence the shift of cultural values on Hombo Stone or FAHOMBO tradition. They are internal factors and external factors. Many ways can be used to preserve the cultural values. They are, the first, instill thinking early to interact with the FAHOMBO tradition or Hombo Stone. The second, be aware of the importance of culture. The third, have an attitude to unite with the tradition. The fourth, have awareness of the origin of the value of a culture that exists to preserve the cultural values. The last, hold a culture, which is an activity that aims to regenerate the spirit of society to preserve its own culture. The regeneration of a stone jumper has very little demand, and only a few lads are skilled at jumping over the stone. In Bawamatalu village, stone jumpers are made into a profession to help the lives of stone jumpers. However, it doesn't guarantee that they will get a lot of money from it. The number of jumpers was very little. From hundreds of youths in the village of Bawamatalu, only 4 people left skilled to jump over the stone. It is undeniable that being a stone jumper means making tradition a new profession for the youth who are there and can help to improve the southern tourism sector. With the increase of tourism sector in southern Nias, it will improve the economy of Nias society for the better life.